Alright, so tonight we are going to be making pimento stuffed chicken. And it's something I seen on Instagram many moons ago, and ever since I seen it, I think it sounds delicious. So we're going to try it. This is a little frozen still. It calls for 4 chicken breasts, but my husband I know won't eat more than 1. So that puts me at eating 2, and I won't eat more than 2. I mean, it won't be tonight anyways, it would be leftovers, but I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this chicken real fast. Okay, and with this chicken, I'm just going to kind of cut off. I'll just save these for something later. These are still frozen. They have been in the fridge since yesterday, trying to get them thawed out. Just going to trim off some of this fat. I don't know, maybe I'm weird. This kind of stuff I just don't care for on my chicken. So anyways, I'm just going to go ahead and dress this, I guess is what you call it, real fast, and then I'll show you what's next. Alright, so next I'm just going to cut a little section in these, kind of like half butterfly them. Don't cut all the way through. We're just making a pocket inside to shove full of goodness. So I've kind of got like this pocket thing going on here. Not cutting it all the way, but cutting it enough where I can get some stuff in there. So I'm going to go ahead and do that on these others. Okay, bear with me. I'm trying to get enough light in here so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. So for this recipe, it calls for, I'm just going to go ahead, I'm going to put the recipe in the below, but because I don't want to have to give everything out. But this is 2 ounces of cheese. I had 1 ounce of regular sharp cheddar and 1 ounce of this light Mexican blend. It calls for sharp cheddar, but I'm using this to help with the points. Next thing it calls for is and I've already had this out, so this isn't going to be exactly right either. 2 ounces of a third less fat, softened room temperature cream cheese. So I've had this sitting out on this plate, and I actually put it in the microwave, and I've cooked it a little bit. So I need to put this in there. I guess it would help if I had a spatula or something to even do that with. And then the next thing is I need 2 tablespoons of low-fat mayonnaise. So I just have this Aldi's low-fat mayonnaise, or light mayonnaise, whatever. I need 2 tablespoons. I have my tablespoon scoop thing here. And this is gonna not even be accurate because it has a lot left in there. So just try to do our best here. And next is I already got the 2 ounces. Next is my pimentos. I just got these from Walmart. These are just diced pimentos. And my battery is dying. I just changed this battery. Alright, let's try this again. So for the pimentos, I just have these diced pimentos from Walmart. And I need 1 tablespoon of these. And I guess you kind of, they smell spicy. I guess you just kind of drain them, but I don't know. It's kind of, it doesn't say to. I feel like that wasn't enough, but I only have a teaspoon, so I put 3 in there. So with that, I also need to add onion powder and some garlic powder, and it just says pinches of it, but we like both of them, so I'm putting a little bit more than a pinch of each in. And I'm just going to mix all this together. So I'm just going to make like a filling. pretty simple. It looks and smells delicious already. All right, and I'm waiting on this, so I'm gonna go ahead and get my seasoning done. It calls for 4 teaspoons of all-purpose flour. So 1, 2, 3. I'm just going to do 3 because it calls for 4 chicken breasts and I'm only doing 3. So pretty much like a teaspoon per chicken breast. So it calls for Cajun seasoning, but I'm not going to the store just to get Cajun seasoning because I have so many seasonings already. So I do have this blackened seasoning, so I'm just going to go ahead and use it. It calls for 2 teaspoons, so because I guess it's going to be kind of spicy. So I'm just going to do 1.5 because again, I'm not doing the whole thing. Also, it calls for an egg white to dip this in, and I don't want to waste a whole egg for just to batter a couple chicken, so because I don't have just egg whites. So I just got some of this Carb Master milk. I just use 1/4 cup. It's not enough to even add a point, just to dip this in, to roll it in. And it calls for 2/3 cup of Panko. This is the Panko I have, so I went ahead and measured out 2/3 cup of this. Okay, so I'm going to kind of do like an assembly line on this. So what the recipe has to do is to take, I don't even know if you guys can see this. Sorry. Take your chicken breast, and I'm just going to add some mixture in there. Kind of want to go easy because I want to make sure I have enough for, oh yeah, I have plenty for all of them. Just kind of stuff it in there, and I'm just going to move it over to the side. Pull out my other one. Open it up. It's just kind of weird. And stuff that. Third one, I'm going to try to do it this way so you guys can actually see this. And just kind of stuffing it. And then just kind of closing it over. I feel like this middle one didn't get as much. Okay. And now that that is done, I am supposed to, I've already got my heat going on that. I am supposed to take these already like stuffed. I hope you guys can see this. And I'm going to put it in the flour and black pepper seasoning. Kind of get it pretty coated. And I'm going to do all of those to let my heat get up a little bit higher on my skillet. Got those coated. I'm supposed to dip it in this, roll it in here, and then put it in my pan and cook it for 1 minute per side. I'm going to try to keep that stuffing in there. So I'm just going to drop that in there. And coat it. Hope you guys can see this okay. And I'm just going to repeat this process for the other two. How good that looks. Alright, and these just cook for 1 minute per side, so I'm going to go ahead and let this cook. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and turn this over. That looks delicious. Oh my goodness. Okay, so once this is done for a minute on this side. I'm going to go ahead and put them on a tray and put them into the oven. I think it said for 25 or 30 minutes just to cook the chicken through. And I will show you a picture of it once it's done. But you can see like all this is like the crust of it, and then like you have all this like gooey like pimento cheese stuff soaking out of it. It looks delicious. All right, so this is it. It looks delicious. I haven't tried it yet, but it looks amazing. I have some broccoli over here that I've just steamed. There's my broccoli florets, steamed with some spray butter and some garlic salt. That is the best way to eat them, hands down. And then I have, this ended up coming out to be 6 points each. It could be a whole lot less if you just use like fat-free cheese, but I use, because the recipe called for sharp cheddar cheese, and I used 1 ounce of sharp cheddar and 1 ounce of light, where I should have probably done 1 ounce of regular and 1 ounce of fat-free, or just fat-free or something, and that would have cut down my points tremendously on the chicken. But 6 points, and this is huge. And then I have 4 points worth of mashed potatoes. Actually, it might be 3 points. But anyways, this is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll just round up to 10. 10-point dinner, and this is going to be it for this video.